Hello, welcome to the Sobriety Bestie podcast. My name is Kirsten, and I'm so glad you're here for another episode of Culty Comments. As always, the Culty Comments are more about the ideology than the actual individual, because these individuals are speaking through the ideology, so it's never about them, it's about deconstructing ideology. This Culty commenter writes, how do you think 12-step programs have maintained their popularity for so long without paid promotions if they aren't effective? There's a bunch to break down in this Culty comment. It is assuming AA's effectiveness. It is assuming that AA does not use paid promotions. And it's also assuming that AA is popular. Let's take a dive at some of AA's recent paid promotions. Attraction, not promotion. So this is AA violating its own principles, although there was a gaslighting explanation for why this is not a promotion. This is not advertising. It's bananas. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than it's complete gaslighting. I'm going to put all my reference links below as well. So this one article from July 2024, it's a national advertising campaign. They say that these campaigns will appear on billboards across Great Britain, and that the campaign consists of 30 different word-only digital posters. Each headline consists of 2 A's, which are prominently featured by blurring out the other letters. And here's a quote about it. It is intended to be a visual interpretation of life through alcoholic eyes, with the 2 in focus A's representing the clarity the organization can provide to help sobriety, says Pete Kane, the Raised Eyebrow Society who created the campaign. Okay, so let's take a look-see at some of them. So here's one out in the wild. You are not alone. So here's what they mean about the 2 A's are going to be highlighted for AA and the other words are going to be blurred. Okay. We got the other ones here too. What have you got to lose? Your self-esteem, your self-trust, your agency, your autonomy, your freedom, your personality. There's actually a lot you have to lose. So this one, what have you got to lose? Then there's another one. This is a better way of living. Okay, so some would argue that being obedient to a cult religion and turning your will and your life over to Bill's 1930s ideas is better than what some of the end of our drinking might have looked like. But that's also assuming like a binary thing, like it's either AA or that, like there's no other solutions. And that's clearly not true. AA is not the primary way that people get sober today, not by a far chance. So then we've all been where you are. Okay, yeah, you're not alone vibes, I get that. It doesn't cost anything to attend. Oh, but it does. Again, what have you got to lose is the same thing that it's gonna cost to attend. I'll put a video up here about how AA actually costs more than you think. It's quite expensive to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. So then when you need a helping hand, learn to live without alcohol. Ready when you are. Alcohol isn't the answer. Okay, so these are just a series of the paid advertisements that Alcoholics Anonymous is doing. We come down here, there are 2 more campaigns for AA where it actually has the AA logo right on it. They're pouring booze. And what does it say down here? Don't waste your family. Quit drinking while it's time. Don't waste your job. Quit drinking while it's time. Okay, and I think those ones were from Brazil. I'll put all the links below. So yeah, there's actually a lot. That addresses the mythology that they do not do paid promotions. They are doing paid promotions now. I've seen photos that people have taken selfies of themselves at bus stops where there's a big AA poster behind them in deprogramming AA groups. I've seen photos that people have taken like selfies where there's an AA billboard or poster behind them like in a bus stop, and they've posted it online showing that AA advertises, like people who have left AA, the hypocrisy of it all. And here I got this message yesterday on Instagram. It said San Francisco AA and probably AA everywhere is at the end of its lifespan. And so I'm not sure if it is still their popularity. It seems, now this is a rumor, it's alleged, but word on the street that's coming to me is that AA meetings are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, that AA is, I'm not sure that it's ever going to go away, but that it's not as popular as it was 10 or even 15 years ago. I haven't been to AA in 5 years since before the pandemic, really. I went to one meeting during the pandemic. That was my last AA meeting ever, April 6, 2020. If you've been going to AA recently, like in the past 5 years, have you noticed AA meetings getting smaller? Like if you were going for over 10 years, are they getting smaller in your experience, in your opinion? Let us know in the comments. Have you seen AA advertisements? Let us know if you've seen any AA promotions in your own, just walking about town or whatever. People told me they were in like inside train stations, like inside the train when you're in the actual train cabin. They've seen them posted in there. So have you seen AA's advertisements? Their attraction, not promotion. Isn't that classic? Is that like Orwellian, where it's like, or it's even like the propaganda, head of propaganda for Hitler? What did they call him? They called him Public Enlightenment, like Minister of Public Enlightenment or something, this 1984 kind of stuff. So yeah, we don't promote, but we promote. It's things that make you go, I would imagine that the reason why they're doing paid promotions now, because I don't recall seeing them before. Like when I got sober in 2009, I don't recall seeing AA promotions around. I know that Marty Mann, like AA number 5, spent the 1940s doing massive propaganda for Alcoholics Anonymous to get AA into culture, to get it into institutions, media, Hollywood, doctors' offices, get it into society, basically into public consciousness. And she did a great job, I would say, because a lot of people who have never been, like the normies, are very well indoctrinated into Alcoholics Anonymous ideology as AA is the way. Not everybody, obviously. And so there was a lot of promotion for AA, especially in the beginning. And it seems to be that they're picking it up again now, that there's a lot of promotion. I want to know why you think that might be. To me, an obvious answer could be that the attendance is dropping in meetings. And so they are trying to revamp their brand and get people to go to Alcoholics Anonymous to sustain themselves. Now, that might not be the answer. That's just the first thing that comes to mind for me. Do you know more? Do you know something here? Let us know. Obviously, I'm just one person, and it's more interesting what you guys are all saying in the comments than just what I'm saying here in the video. So I look forward to seeing you in the comments. If you would like to go further in this deconstructing journey, I have something called the Escape Kit. It is totally free. It's a bunch of resources put together in a private community space where there's access to other people in the deconstructing journey. Yes, I've just opened a community yesterday, so it's brand new. I'll put the link down below to the Escape Kit if you want to join us in there. I think it's going to be super fun to be able to have this space to have some more in-depth conversations about all the deconstructing things. And so wherever you're at on your deconstructing journey, I wish you much, much freedom. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.